Welcome into Jungle Tales, a pirate baseball podcast. We appreciate everyone tuning in whenever and however you're watching or listening, whether it's right now live on YouTube and Facebook, or you can, of course, hear any of our content archived via Spotify. Today, we're continuing to preview the 2026 East Carolina roster, and one of the key pieces of this 2025 recruiting class is right-handed arm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Shaler Area High School, Colby Weber. Colby, we appreciate your time this morning.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, and welcome in. And very excited to have you make that decision, I guess, back, in August of 2023, to be an East Carolina Pirate.
That was a no-brainer for me.
So take us back before we dive into that specifically, and just tell us a little about yourself. Did you grow up there in the Pittsburgh area, and then just in addition to baseball, what other sports did you play?
Yeah, so grew up here, born and raised in Pittsburgh. Played baseball all my life, but then early on I played assortment of sports, played soccer, basketball. And as soon as I got to high school, I played basketball my freshman year, broke my ankle, quit playing basketball forever, and then right now I'm just playing baseball, and then I play for the golf team as well.
Nice. I guess that's not surprising, considering you're 6'6", that you were a member of the basketball team. Definitely expected to hear that. But Colby, take us through your evolution as a baseball player, and when you really started to hone in on baseball as your primary sport.
So basically all through childhood played baseball, loved it a lot. And then as soon as I got to high school, I couldn't play my freshman year because I got hurt playing basketball. So that sucked. So I knew then and there that I had to be done playing basketball if I wanted to continue playing baseball. So ever from then, I played baseball the whole time and played a lot of baseball, and I worked hard at it. I mean, I put on probably around 30 pounds playing baseball, put on a lot of muscle, and I also just got more competitive playing baseball and just fell in love with the game.
As I mentioned, you're 6'6", and you talk about putting on all that weight. Right now, where are you currently as you're getting ready to report to ECU?
So right now I'm currently fluctuating between 185 and 190.
Got you. So as we take a look at your recruitment, I know we were talking a little off the air. You primarily talked to Jeff Palumbo and pitching coach Austin Knight. Coach Palumbo, of course, the recruiting coordinator, and does such an excellent job, has been with Coach Godwin for his entire tenure in Greenville, beginning his 12th season this fall. Tell us about that relationship and how things got going with East Carolina.
I mean, it's awesome. So we first off, before I even was getting recruited by them, I pitched at my travel ball team's facility up here in Pittsburgh. We take video all the time, send it out on X, see if any coaches were interested. Actually, Austin Knight saw the video, and then he told Palumbo. So, I mean, it was awesome hearing from them for the first time. I mean, they're just two of the easiest people to talk to. If you have any questions at all, they'll answer them right away because, I mean, it's important for that, and it's awesome.
One of the things, that Cliff Godwin really emphasizes, as well as obviously the entire staff, is just that culture, the personal relationships, and Coach Godwin has said, when he's unable to have those personal relationships and impact things from that manner, that he's throwing up the deuces, so to speak, and getting out, because that's critical to him. But Coach Godwin, tell us about any conversations that you had with him, about that culture and where he sees you fitting in.
Oh yeah, so I mean, I'll talk about this. Our semifinal game, it was in the Pittsburgh area, and him and Coach Knight, they fly up to come watch me pitch. I mean, that itself is awesome. I don't really see any other coaches doing that this late in the high school season, but I mean, even that, I mean, it was still awesome to see him come up. We had a great conversation, and I mean, it was just awesome to see him come up.
What other programs did you consider before committing to ECU back in August of 2023?
So here's the thing, I'll tell you this. My dream school from whenever I was a little kid was ECU. I know you might not believe this coming from a Pittsburgh kid, but it was. As soon as I heard that they were interested, I was excited. I was stoked. So I was talking to some local schools, though, like Penn State, West Virginia, but I got offered on August 3rd from ECU. That was my only offer, and I took it right away.
The Pirate program has, of course, been in all these regional finals and then several super regionals under Cliff Godwin. I guess 4 now to be exact. And you think about back in 2022, the Pirates in that super regional against Texas at Clark LeClaire Stadium. With you, being so far away up in the Pittsburgh area, the exposure that college baseball has gotten over the last decade or so, with more and more games on ESPN and that family of networks. Tell us, from afar, you obviously had a great perception, of what Clark LeClaire Stadium and the Jungle bring to the table.
Yeah, so obviously with the ESPN stuff now, you can watch basically anything. But, I mean, just the energy that was at that stadium, I think it's unmatched to anything in the world. That stadium and how much energy is produced there is awesome, and I just can't wait to play in front of it.
Yeah, kind of a quick story about that 2022 Super Regional. It was a high school coach from Western North Carolina, and he was well aware of us having a very good atmosphere with East Carolina baseball in Clark LeClaire Stadium. But he was there that day for Game 1 against Texas, noon on a Friday afternoon, and he could not believe. He knew it was good, but he said this is really an SEC environment.
Yeah, it's awesome. Been down for a couple games this past 2 years. I mean, it hasn't disappointed, I'll tell you that.
So, being a Pittsburgh kid, you're right there. PNC Park, a beautiful venue that I have not had the chance to visit just yet. But Paul Skeens is considered by some to be the best pitcher in the game. Talk about that impact, and have you had the chance to go to a decent number of Pirates games?
So, yeah, I mean, all my life I've been to Pirates games. I mean, they're awesome. The stadium's nice, but, it's hard when the team's not the best, but it's whatever. They're still a really good team. I mean, every time Paul Skeens pitched, I always really want to go just to see him pitch one more time because, I mean, dude's really good. I mean, he's one of a million. He's just, I don't even know how to say, he's just really good.
Prior to Paul Skeens, growing up, who were some of your favorite players? Be it a Pittsburgh Pirate or otherwise.
Yeah, so pitcher AJ Burnett, really good pitcher, loved him, and then Neil Walker as well. I actually kind of knew him. My dad coached him when he went to Pine Richland, so I mean that was pretty cool. And he was just a really good player.
A couple more things, specifically about your recruitment. Have a question here from John White on YouTube. He said, and you've already touched on this a little bit, but he says, what draws you to ECU and where did your love for the school emanate from?
I mean, just the culture around it. I mean, when I came here first, like, I don't even know. I think it was 2024 fall season or fall World Series. I mean, even that was electric. I mean, getting to see everyone play, getting to see the stadium for the first time. I mean, it was awesome. And then also coming back down opening weekend this year, that was electric. I mean, I couldn't envision myself playing anywhere else but ECU.
I'm sure with your conversations with Austin Knight and clearly with social media, you're well aware of the success over the last several seasons of Gavin Williams, Atreya Savage, Carson Wisenhunt, 3 pitchers that have gone either in the the first or second round. So tell us, your thoughts on those guys. And Trey Savage has already risen to Double A New Hampshire in the Toronto Blue Jays organization.
I mean, they're all just impressive. I mean, Trey Savage is doing what he does best. I mean, that's awesome. And then even Gavin Williams, he's still doing really good. So, I mean, it's awesome to hear. And it's really good for my future, I feel like. To see these
Trey
guys,
is – sorry, go ahead.
Just to see the guys go through the same program that I'm about to be going through, I mean, it just feels awesome.
Yep, and Trey Savage, as you are well aware, he is a Boyertown, PA kid from across the state there, about an hour or so northwest of Philly. And so that's something else you guys have in common. You seeing a guy there from PA doing big things at East Carolina.
It is. It's awesome.
So another question that my co-host John White had. He was a pitcher for the Pirates back in the late 80s and early 90s, and he's from the greater Charlotte area. But he just said that, he very quickly found out the difference between high school baseball and high-level D1 baseball. And just as far as developing his pitches, adding more pitches to his arsenal. Tell us a little about your arsenal and what pitches you have in your repertoire.
Yeah, so right now I have a 4-seam fastball, 2-seam fastball, and then I just started working on a slider this year, and I have a slider, a 12-6 curveball, and then I also have a splitter.
And as far as your fastball, you're typically pitching 91, 93 and topping out there 94, 95?
Yeah, so I topped out in 96 this year, and then I'm usually sitting around 92 to 93, 94-ish.
Nice. And, throughout this recruiting process, have you had the opportunity to have any communication with other recruits in the 2025 class?
Yeah, so actually a good buddy of mine who actually does play for Diamond Dogs, Ethan Rose, he's from like 45 minutes away. We talked all the time. I mean, we're good friends, and he's also an ECU commit. So, I mean, it's awesome that I know someone close. And also, like, other pitchers like Nathan Wines and Charlie Hogan, we always talk to them a lot. I mean, it's good to know them.
One of the things, Colby, with your ability, you have the upcoming MLB draft. Tell Pirate Nation where do things stand right there. Obviously, you don't want to dive too deeply into that, but where do things stand currently?
Yeah, so I mean, my heart's with the Pirates, the ECU Pirates. I always wanted to become a ECU Pirate, and it's still my dream. So I'll leave it at that.
One of those things with becoming an East Carolina Pirate. Do you know what you would like to major in? What would you like to study at ECU?
Yeah, I'm probably going to study like sports studies or the sports management program.
Nice. That was the path I took. I ended up kind of veering a little bit and becoming a PE teacher and coach. But yeah, that's definitely a fun one, and someone that loves sports. It's definitely fun. Kind of getting to see both sides of the business side as well.
Yep.
And final couple things for you here. Favorite baseball movies. One of my favorite baseball movies growing up was Major League, and you also had Field of Dreams, Bull Durham. What are some of your favorite baseball movies?
Yeah, so I mean, I got Rookie of the Year. That's a good one. Sandlot. I mean, it's a classic. Can't really go wrong.
No doubt.
And then also, I really like the Wild Thing.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
Yep. The original Major League, and then Major League 2 wasn't bad either. You actually had an East Carolina Pirate in Major League 2, former teammate,
I didn't know that.
Teammate of John White, a guy named John Gast, actually lives in Baltimore, a little bit from Camden Yards now, where they filmed some of that movie. But final thing for you, when you're not, focused on baseball, which you so often are, what are some things that you can tell Pirate Nation about Colby Weber, away from the game of baseball? What are some of your primary interests?
Yes, I mean, If we ever have an off day and you're on the golf course the same day we have an off day, you might see me there. You probably will see me there. I love to golf, and I mean, it's just a relaxing sport, except when you're not doing too good. Then it gets a little annoying. But just I love the golf. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of failure in the game of golf, much like the game of baseball. Uh, they definitely have that in common. One thing that if you'd have told me years ago that I would ever, watch golf period on YouTube, especially the amount of YouTube golf that I have in the last few years with Good and Rick Shields and some of those YouTube channels, I probably wouldn't have believed you. I'm sure you may check out a little Good or something yourself.
Yeah, I do. I love Grant Horvat. I love to watch him. He's really good.
Yeah, I had the chance to see him. Me and my son went down to Pinehurst, and right there saw him, Busta Jack, the Brian Bros, and also Michael Morris last summer, and they had a 2v2 at the little par 3 course there they call the Cradle. So that was pretty
Yeah,
neat.
that's pretty awesome.
And we do have one more question for you here from John White via YouTube. He says, with the U.S. Open just having wrapped up at Oakmont, did you watch the U.S. Open, and have you ever been to Oakmont?
I did watch the U.S. Open. I was not able to go to Oakmont this year, which I am very mad about because I've always wanted to go watch the U.S. Open there. But I did watch it.
And you say that about being upset. Have you been to Oakmont in the past? Have you ever played it?
I have never played it. I mean, I always wanted to, but I'm just scared my score might be in the 200s if I play it.
Yeah, watching the Brian Bros and Grant Horvat and others play it leading up to this year's U.S. Open, it looked absolutely brutal. And obviously, the conditions are different, and the tees are definitely maxed out for an event like that. But
Yep.
yeah, it was absolutely brutal. And Wesley Bryan was saying that he thought the winning score would be +3. He wasn't too far off because it was, +1 there until JJ Spawn birdied those final 2 holes. But I really appreciate the time this morning, Colby.
Of course, thank you guys.
No doubt. And any final thoughts on before we wrap up this edition?
I mean, I just can't wait to get down there. It's gonna be a fun year, Pirates.
No doubt, it definitely will be. Pirate baseball, always a great time. But Pirate Nation, that is Colby Weber, right-handed pitcher, 6'6", from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He is one of the key members of the class of 2025. Look forward to him wearing the purple and gold. But that will do it for this edition of Jungle Tales. We appreciate everyone watching and listening. Be sure to follow us on social media, on X and Instagram, as well as YouTube at Jungle Tales Pod. We'll talk to you soon. And as always, go Pirates.